Yay Media Group.
All righty then. Let me show you something.
Rocky.
Welcome back to another episode of the Perfect Pair Podcast.
Yes.
Rock Teasy is who I be.
And I'm Crystal, Rock T's better half.
She sure is, man. Perfect Pair Podcast is brought to you by my beautiful wall. Fellas, take notes.
Thanks.
So thank you guys for all the subscriptions. Thank you for all the following. Thank you for the downloads. Thank you for the 5-star reviews. Keep them coming. We appreciate you guys. Welcome. Let's get going, man.
Yep.
We got a lot to talk about. And we're both in proud parent mode right about now.
Yes, we are.
So we're going to give you guys a recap of our daughter, Harmoni Turner, and what she just went through and what's about to get ready to happen. So stay tuned. Let's get it popping.
I'm letting you have whatever moment you need to have.
That's when the intro should fly in, Garrett.
Oh, okay.
So Garrett, our producer Garrett, don't leave me hanging. When I say pop in, that's when the intro perfect pair comes in. Then we come back and we're like, all right, let's go. So if you see this video and there's no intro that flies in after that, that's Garrett kind of making
Don't
me
be trying to throw Garrett under there because you don't know what you're doing over here.
He's leaving me out there. But I'm cool either way.
He don't do him like that.
That's why he's over there laughing off camera. 'Cause he's probably saying, I'm going to definitely not do that.
Shit. I didn't know what was going on.
And just in case you're wondering, ladies and gentlemen, here's how the intro was supposed to happen. So stay tuned. Let's get it popping. So, babe, where you want to start with Harmoni Turner?
Harmoni Turner. Let's just start. First of all, I just want to say I'm proud of the Harvard Crimson Lady Basketball Program.
And Coach Moore and the whole coaching staff, man.
Yes, I want to tell you guys, like, y'all did a phenomenal job this year. I know it was a lot of ups and downs. A lot of great ups. But even y'all downs, when y'all had some down moments, it wasn't down long. Y'all found a way to come back up and y'all fought. And I just want to say congratulations. I wish all of y'all could win an award, like everybody on the team, because I really feel like it was a team effort. Everybody from who's on the bench, managers, people that make sure you have towels, you got water bottles. Like, it's a whole team effort. And I want everybody to understand, like, that's what it was for our girls.
So let me share how big of a deal this is, because a lot of people didn't even realize that Harvard had a women's basketball team.
Which is crazy.
You know what I'm saying? And so the job that they've been able to, 24-5 on the season.
Yeah.
They won the Ivy Conference Championship tournament. They punched their ticket to March Madness.
Yep.
For the first time in 18 years.
Yep.
They knocked off Indiana, who was ranked top 25 at the time. They beat Boston College. I mean, they knocked off a lot of Power 4, Power 5 teams throughout the season. So it's amazing on what they've been able to do this year.
And then our daughter,
Harmoni Turner, who's the point guard of the team.
She set many records this year.
Where do we start?
I know. I wasn't even realize she was breaking records, honestly, because I was still think like she needed to play better defense. She should have made that layup and shouldn't have missed that free throw. But overall, I mean, she did amazing. Like, I don't even know where to start with her, where she broke.
She
He knows most of them.
Listen, man.
I don't. I know him.
She won Ivy League Player of the Year.
Yes,
she led the Ivy League in scoring, 22 points a game. She finished 9th in the country in scoring. In the country.
Right.
She's up to be for mid-major player of the year, because Harvard is a mid-major school. It's not a Power 5 school. It's a mid-major school, so they have that category. So she's up for that. She's up for being on the NCAA All-Seniors All-Star team, which will be played during Final Four in Tampa Bay this year. And, man, she has an opportunity to be, she was on the list for Point Guard of the Year, Nancy Lieberman Point Guard of the Year, Becky Hammond Player of the Year. I mean, she got so many of these doggone accolades and awards that she has earned from the individual perspective. But here's one that's happening. WNBA.
That's like, listen, because that's always been a major goal in her life.
So she went from not even being on anybody's WNBA board.
No.
Like,
no
team, they knew about her, but they didn't have her name on the board like, hey, this is a player to watch. Then it went to 2 or 3 teams that was interested. Then it went to 5 or 6 teams that was interested. So now every team in the WNBA has Harmoni Turner on their board as they prepare for the WNBA draft. That's a huge blessing.
That is.
Parents,
listen, I'm hyped. I don't even know. Like I told her, I said, I don't even care what round you go. The fact that you're in the conversation and they want you, they want to talk to you, they want you on this team. I just think that's amazing and a blessing in itself. I know, like, she has her goals of wanting to be in the first round and do all that stuff. To me, I just feel like she's done amazing from a year ago. Nobody even putting you on the board.
Come on, man.
To where you are now. So, I mean, I think. Shit, we ain't even saying nothing else. Hell, like you did it. Like what we and you graduating from Harvard.
And you got that Harvard degree. That's the
Harvard
right
degree.
That's the candy and the cherry on top right there.
You're doing all of this at Harvard at the #1 institute when it comes to academics. And I just think that's amazing.
As
in
a
itself.
Black woman at Harvard.
Right.
So let me jump on my proud daddy soapbox real fast.
Okay. You still been on it. You never got off, but okay.
Well, cool. Y'all forgive us if we sound like
okay.
We don't want to sound like we bragging, but we proud.
Hey, yeah, we bragging. Shit, anybody else gonna brag about that kids? You damn right. I'm bragging about mine.
At all. No shame.
I'm bragging and I'm proud.
Let me take you back to the Ivy Conference tournament.
Oh,
Ivy Madness.
Mm-hmm.
If y'all didn't get a chance to watch this and see this, so if y'all don't know, there's 3 powerhouse teams in the Ivy League on the women's side, and almost a 4th. Penn is the 4th team that's pretty solid. Penn is they ain't no pushover.
Right.
But over the last few years, it's been Princeton, Columbia, and Harvard as the top 3 teams in the women's Ivy League basketball league. So Princeton has had our number. Princeton has beaten Harvard
when I tell you
the last 6 or 7 times that we played.
Yes.
It's just, I don't know if it's a mental thing or if they just flat out better than us.
They were out better. Let me just say, they outplayed us the times that they beat us. Yeah. Period. It wasn't like somebody cheated or nothing like that. We just didn't show up to play.
They beat us. So we got Princeton first round of the Ivy Madness. This is the team that owns us. They have our number.
And they've beaten us twice in conference. We ain't even won in conference.
Exactly.
And we were picked to win.
Yeah.
And we still lost.
So they held Harmony to 15 points in each game.
Yes,
like she averages 20-plus points a game. They held her to 15 the first game, and the second game she had 15 again. Mm-hmm. So going into the game, everybody's like, oh, Princeton's going to win this one. They just better. Sometimes the team is just better than you.
Right.
Harmoni Turner.
Yes.
Put that cape on, ladies and gentlemen, and said, enough is enough.
She did. She did.
This girl went off for 44 points.
44.
And we needed every last one of them points because we only won by 3.
We did.
But we won that bad boy.
Listen.
44 points.
44 points. I thought somebody was lying when they was like, Harmony has 39 points. And I'm like, I'm thinking they were just talking about overall the last few games or something like that. I wasn't thinking like in that actual game because I'm watching a game. Yes, I see her making shots, but I'm not thinking like she has. Right. I never keep track of her points like that. So when they said 39 points and then I looked up and seen her number and saw 39 points, I said, oh,
she balling.
She for real got 39 points. She was balling. But I want everybody to understand too, the reason why she was balling like that, everybody else was playing great defense. They were hustling. They were fighting for the balls. They were trying to make their shots as well. But at this time, Harmony was just on. There was no stopping her. So why not let her shoot and make plays like she did? Because that is the very reason why we won.
Absolutely. And then we get past Princeton to face Columbia, who's another. They actually finished first in the conference in regular season.
Right.
So, another tough game.
It was.
This was a great supporting cast game. Harmony, she scored 24 points, balled out, but the rest of the team balled out as well, man. That was a really good team.
And we won by 3 on that game.
But I like that game better than individually. The Princeton game was great, for Harmony, but from a team perspective, I like that game better because that's the version we need to take into March Madness.
Right. We needed that in March Madness.
If we would have had that version of our team in March Madness, we would have beat Michigan State. But
we would have.
Hey, it is what it is. Michigan State was better that day, so you know us, we don't make excuses. It is what it is. But that was just one of them proud parent moments, watching her perform to win the Ivy League
And we've
championship.
never won the Ivy League championship. Harvard has not won the Ivy League championship.
That was the first time.
That was our first time. And they celebrated for at least 2 hours on that court.
Until they turned the lights off.
Right. They finally started saying, okay, it's time for y'all to leave this gym. But, I mean, they celebrate, and it was worth every bit of it. And I'm just so glad we was able to witness it all. And we were there to support her and the team and the coaches, everybody, parents. It was just lovely to see some of these people coming from Harvard, Boston, and all over to just come watch the girls play and want to give Harm her flowers. And I want to say to all the fans out there that every time y'all come up to us and be like, thank you for sharing her with us. Like, we appreciate the love y'all give her, all the support you've given her over the years, and the way y'all show up, and the kids that love her. She loves that. She wouldn't be who she is if it wasn't for everybody. So it's not just us. So thank you guys as well for being so sweet to our baby.
Absolutely. So there it is, man. We can go on and on talking about our kids, but we just wanted to highlight that.
Okay, so throughout the process of going to all these games, I had a whole shit show of going on and behind the scenes. We don't know, so everybody knows I have like these back and neck issues.
Yes.
And so I get different procedures done to kind of help with the pain, because, I don't like taking pain medicine. I don't like doing all that. Just help me be comfortable. So I ended up I had an epidural on my lower back, and that's to help kind of with the pain or whatever. I didn't know a side effect to these epidurals because, one, I've had them before, and I've never had this kind of side effect where you get a massive headache and it takes over from the back. And he said a lot of pregnant women get it, especially when they have their epidurals and they have to, they get these, it just shoots up in your head somewhere, and then it takes all by your neck, you tense up. Well, let me just say this. I'm on my way to March Madness on Friday.
About to get on a flight.
Getting on the flight. All of a sudden, I had this big-ass headache, and I'm like, okay, let me get a Coke. I got me a Coke, and I don't even drink Coke like that. When I tell you this Coke was so damn big, and I finished that shit in like 3 seconds, I feel like, I was like, it's not working. I took Excedrin, and I'm going to be real, I had me some gummies, y'all. I popped like 3 of them on my gummies because I felt it. I said, please help, calm me down. All of a sudden, my neck, it's this tense effect in my neck, and I can't turn it. I said, oh, shit. I called Rocky, was like, babe, I'm trying to stay calm. But something is not right. I knew something wasn't right. I was like, I didn't know what was wrong. So I called my doctor's office. They said, well, we're going to call you in a prescription for pain. And usually, my doctor knows I ain't about this. So he kind of figured I wasn't lying. But this is Friday afternoon, like 4 o'clock. I'm about to be out and trying to get on this plane. There's nothing more that they could do at this moment anyway. So then I get on this plane. As I'm trying to get on the plane, you got a man behind me, and then the flight attendant's like, ma'am, are you okay? I said, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to make it. I said, it's my neck, it's everything tensing up. So then this guy got me situated, and I sat in the front. I don't never sit in the front. This man let me sit in the front at his seat. But I got these ice packs around my neck. I had my head, and then I realized I had to hold my head up because it felt like my head was too big for my neck. There was like no rocking. There was no way that I could hold it up. So as I get on the plane, I finally feel like all these gummies coming together. Like I feel the numbness. I said, okay. So I was able to fall asleep throughout the flight. When I get up, now my head is stuck like this because if I look up, it feel like something was going to fall off.
It ain't funny, but the way
and then I'm dragging this backpack like, damn, and now I got to go find my damn suitcase. And then I got to get in the car, and I got to get a rental car.
And she got to drive.
And I got to drive 20 minutes.
So y'all everybody saying, where you at, Rock? Doing all this process. So I had a speaking engagement that next morning. So I had to meet her in North Carolina that next morning or whatever. Was it North Carolina or was that the?
Yeah, we were in North Carolina. That's where we were.
She had to fly by herself, and then I was gonna catch up with her the next morning. So but she's calling me, telling me about all this that's happening, and Crystal really can tolerate pain.
I can.
So when as she's describing all this, sometimes you can look at her in her face and you think she's lying. Right. Because it's like, you can't be going through that much pain because your face looks like you're okay.
This shit was all over my face, body, soul.
And her voice. I heard it in her voice through the phone. I'm like, babe, are you okay? Like, I said, don't get on the plane. You just fly out with me in the morning. We'll figure it out. And, I guess that's when the gummies maybe started kicking in a little bit. You started getting a little better. And you felt like, you know what? I'm good.
Mm-hmm. Man. But I got on, again, I finally got in the car. I'm not exaggerating. I had to hold my head like this and drive just to relieve the pressure so I can at least kind of see. And when this arm got tired, when I say my head could not sit on my neck by itself at all. So I finally get to our Airbnb and we had somebody else meeting me there. They had to get me food and everything where I had to lay down. Rocky comes in. He had my prescription because thank God he stayed there because then he was able to pick up my prescription.
Right.
During Harmony's game, I take that pain medicine like right before we walk into her game so I can do it. When I tell you I was in so much pain, but the pain medicine came in, but I still felt the pain. I think I was just in so much high to be there for Harmony,
right?
That I couldn't. I was trying to like block it out. So then the next day we get back. We had to go back to the Airbnb. The next morning we fly in back home. Listen, y'all, I didn't know. Like I kept feeling the strain in my head and my neck, and then now it was going down my arm. I'm not trying to be funny.
Now I'm starting to get I'm starting to get work.
I'm scared. Then I had a sharp pain in my chest. The sharp pain that kept hitting my chest is what terrified me. And so then I was like, I think I'm having a heart attack or I'm having a stroke.
And she's saying it like this.
And I was like, I think I might be having a heart attack or a stroke. Babe, come on, let's go. And he had just got in the shower. I said, let's go. Get out. Get out. We're going to the hospital. We got to go to the hospital. I don't know. I think I'm and then my arm was going numb. In my head, I said, this is it. I don't know. Like, I was scared, and I kept trying to calm myself down. And so I look up, okay, what does it mean if you have a sharp pain in your chest? Call 911, go straight to the emergency room. Then I'm like,
she's trying to breathe. I'm trying to keep her calm.
And he said, well, what did you read? I said, he was like, well, is it on your phone? I said, he said, okay, well, let's leave the phone alone. Because I was like, it's telling me I need to hurry up and get to the hospital.
Right.
So I get to the hospital, had an EKG. Once they told me my heart was fine, I was able to relax. But then it's like I needed the cortisone to kind of calm down my neck pain. Well, come to find out, when you have an epidural, sometimes it causes a massive headache. And it is very painful and it's debilitating to where you really have to lay down. So they have to give you like some cortisone or something to help relieve the pressure from your head. And if that doesn't work, they give you a blood patch where they'll draw blood and put blood in there because to help with the flow and the pain in the back of your neck. So that's what happened to me on Sunday. And yesterday, I went to my pain specialist where he was able to give me a little concoction, like a cortisone, Zofran, because I was feeling nauseous. And I forgot the other one, but it was to help to relieve. So it relieves so much pressure. He said, though, if it keeps happening and the headaches and it's getting worse, he will have to do that blood patch on me on Thursday.
Right.
But so far, I'm doing good. I have a slight headache right now, but hopefully it doesn't get bad or worse, because the only time it was getting worse while I was walking around.
Right.
So I couldn't really walk around that much. I had to sit back and lay my head back. But now I'm able to sit up, as y'all can tell, and kind of be my bubbly self.
As bubbly as ever. Look,
right.
Look at this. Going through all of this.
Right. So I feel so much better. I still have a slight headache, but it's nothing to where I was handling at first. So
it was scary, man, because even going to the hospital or the urgent care and you sitting there on the bed, we're waiting for the doctor to kind of determine what he thinks it may be or whatever. And it's just, it's tough when you're watching your best friend struggle and that much pain, and there's nothing I can do.
Right.
I mean, I was just trying to, I'm trying to rub her and hold her and everything. And Crystal, she's just, I'm telling you see how she is right now? And she's kind of on the tail end of all that. She's like that all the time, but because I know her now and I've learned her, I seen all that pain on her face. I didn't feel it, but I'm like, man, just take it away.
Right.
Take it away. So when he came with that EKG test results, I was the same way. I'm like, because I'm looking at the paper, they're printing it out. The machine is printing out the results. And I'm looking at it and I'm seeing all the lines are kind of straight. Nothing that was going all like this and stuff. I'm like, okay, so far so good. I'm literally watching it as it's being printed out the machine. I said, okay, everything's good, everything. He pulled it out and said, hey, the EKG is perfect. Your heart's fine. I did the same thing.
Right.
Exhale, like, whew.
I think that's when I was here. And then the lady was telling me I felt like I had an anxiety attack because I couldn't catch this pain and the pain wasn't going. She was like, so you probably had an anxiety and they feel like heart attacks. She's like, and it's scary and it hurts. I said, so I'm not going crazy because I feel like that's exactly what I had. I had an anxiety attack and it was coming fast. My chest was hurting. And I don't know if y'all know this stuff. I was watching Sanford and Son and he was like,
I'm going to join you.
I'm going to join you. I low-key was like, I feel him. I know what he's talking about. I thought I was going, and I kept trying to be positive. And when that lady told me, I was like, thank you, because I thought I was gone. And she started laughing. I said, I just knew I was out here. And I kept saying, God, I'm not ready.
No.
I'm not ready.
Man.
I don't mean to laugh about it, but I'm glad I can laugh about it. But I did. I had a real bad anxiety attack, and I was in a lot of pain. But I'm so much better, so I'm grateful for that.
Come on, man.
And my baby had no idea I was going through any of this because I was like, because she wouldn't be able to focus.
If Harmony would have found out Mom was going through all this,
she had no idea. And my son still didn't know. Even we was at the house when I was like, we're going to the hospital. He had no clue what was going on. I come back and he just thinking everything is fine. So that's just how we are or how I am. I don't need my kids worrying about if mommy's okay. Let me make sure I'm okay because they want to be okay. And I think when they look at us and if we don't look okay, they get this whole sense of worry comes over them.
Absolutely.
So the last thing I need, my kids worry about me because I know how I can bounce back because mommy's going to be okay.
Because mommy's a G
right.
in the flesh.
Right.
You look up strong, determination, resilient. Boom. You're going to see this pretty little face and that big old smile like, hey.
Well, thank you, honey.
I love you, babe.
Thank you, honey.
And
I
you
love
are
you
my
too.
inspiration, doggone it.
You're so sweet. Thank you, my love. All right then, y'all. So that was it. We had a really good time watching our baby play. Her playing years are not over. They're just beginning. It's a new chapter.
There it is, man. Follow her. Go show her some love at Harmony Turner. It is what it is. All right, man. Perfect Pair Podcast. We'll see y'all next time. Same place. Doing the same thing. Deuces.
Bye.